I went to a point where I had so many notifications in my phone, and I had to choose between either I got the notification from the crypto chats, the crypto Telegram chats, or I had to like get notification from Instagram or from Facebook or any other social media. And I just said, yeah, I'm just going to turn off TikTok. I'm going to turn off Instagram, Facebook, everything. I just turned off everything. I just had right now I just have the notifications from like the crypto world. That's it, you know? Yeah. And I don't want to see more because, like yesterday I went into Instagram and into Facebook like super long time ago that I didn't go. And I was checking it and I was thinking, oh yeah, it's true. This world exists here, still exists, and nothing has changed.
People are still posting their ass.
It's the same. It's just the same. People having babies. It's just the same thing over and over. The people that can travel are everywhere, and they are just showing how cool they are. And it's just the same thing. Yeah. It's like there's nothing else, you know? And it's just this world that keeps coming back, and that's it.
Yeah, it's true. And it never really evolves. It never evolves. It's the same thing. And there's two things that I've noticed that I can add to my Instagram hate list lately. It's funny to see people get out of relationships. You know, like we have mutual friends that were in a long relationship, and then the whole time they were with someone, they were kind of like hibernating, you know? And it's funny because these people will tell you, you know what, I'm not really into social media, blah, 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 blah. But then the minute they're single, all of a sudden, their whole behavior just does a 180. And we have a mutual friend who got out of the long relationship, and all of a sudden, that person is just like going all in, but like ridiculously all in, to the point where it's like, slow down, take it easy. Like, I know you're excited, you're on the market again. And it was just me seeing that, for me, was like the biggest reminder that Instagram really should be called a dating app. Like, I still feel like Instagram is closer to a Tinder than it is to a social media. Like, it's basically all about putting yourself, in the window, putting yourself, like, selling yourself.
That's true.
And like putting this embellished version of yourself and your life out there to signal that everyone's following you, like, hey, I'm back.
And I'm cool.
And I'm cool, and I'm fun, and I'm having so much fun, and I'm recording, and it's crazy. Another thing recently that I was thinking about, I've noticed, and I never really thought about this, I know some people who I know are in relationships because I know them personally, and clearly, some of the times they're even living with the person, right? But what is it with people who are just, do you have that too? Do you have some friends that they're in relationships, but they literally never post a picture or anything with their partner, to the point where if you wouldn't know then in real life, you would not know that person is in a relationship? Because I have a few of them right now on my Instagram, and it's just weird. And there's something to be said about going too far to the other side. Like, I get it. It's also not cool to constantly post your girl or your dude. Like, look, like, oh, we're happy. But like to just imagine, like, I think it would be very weird if you would just constantly, if you were really active, that you would just like never post me.
That's weird.
And I know of a couple of people like that, and I really wonder, like, first of all, like, what is the thought behind that? Like, I am not in my relationship, I'm still an individual. Yeah, but really, call me cynical, but I just feel like it's just, if you're doing this, you're basically constantly creating these escape routes, these like potential future, leads. Like
okay. Like you are showing that you are still on the market.
You're basically like
You're
one foot in, 1 foot out.
You are building your image once you get out of the market, so it doesn't look that fresh.
Yeah, and it's just like anytime I have to hit the eject button, I'm here. Like that's just something. And I always wonder, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be a little bit more specific. It's definitely a trend that I've noticed more with women. Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot of guys. I do know one guy that never toast their girl. Mm-hmm. And I think mainly because those guys, they can't get away with that. Because I think girls are more like, I believe a woman will call out her man on that. If I go literally 3 months, and I'm active, right? I'm posting stories, I'm posting pictures, without literally showing any sign of your existence, when I'm going out of my way, when I'm making an Instagram story to just film the food and never even you, I think after 3 months, you're going to be like, babe, is there a reason why you're like never posting me? Like, you would call me out on that. I think men don't really care, first of all. They're not that smart when it comes to this. And those guys are like, whatever, I don't care what she does. Let her, do her little thing on Instagram. And that's why, because I know I'm talking about women. I'm talking about women that I know that have a boyfriend who are living with their guy, and it's just like, I swear to God, they look single as fuck on the gram. And I feel like women can get away with that, guys can't. Because guys are not going to be like, so when are you going to post me again? I feel like that's something you don't want to defend. I was expecting you to defend women right now, but you're just agreeing. So I guess I'm right in my assumption.
I haven't paid that much attention.
But do you think that, like, my theory about just people? Yeah, that's what I think basically.
I mean that girls do it more than guys?
Yeah, because again, like I don't think guys can get away with it. I think women are more...
I think in general there is more like acceptance, or more like, I would say acceptance for a beautiful woman on Instagram than for a guy. A girl that is very beautiful, she's always going to get more attention than a very handsome guy, That's how I see it.
You think so?
I think so. So that's also why I think maybe girls will pay more attention to these small details. We are more selective in the things that we post. Mm. But it can mean, indeed, it can mean that maybe you are not that secure about your relationship, so you are just ready in case at any moment it breaks.
And because you need constant confirmation.
You need constant confirmation, and maybe you are not having it from your boyfriend, and then that's why you this need to get external confirmation that you are still attractive comes, and that's what I think. But I think maybe in this sense, like for guys, can be different, because if they don't have the confirmation with their partners that they are attractive, if they post a picture semi-naked, they are not happy either. I
don't think guys care that much. I really don't think guys care that much. I first of all, I don't think guys...
Probably.
I don't think guys care as much about their own body as women do. Like, most guys that I know are perfectly cool with being out of shape. They don't give a fuck.
But also, I think it's this attitude of guys not taking care, like not caring that much about it, is because there is no much reactions about it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
it's like one thing that comes after the other. So, because if you see that there is a lot of reaction and a lot of thing going on around this like image of you, you're gonna put more effort on it. But
True.
if you see that whatever you do, it doesn't really matter. So maybe that's the reason why guys don't care that much, know?
Right.
Which I find personally really bad, because it's really nice to see, like when I see you, like for example, you are like with your muscles, with your hair like super like good taken care of, and it's really nice to see a man like that. But it's true, there are so many guys that are just like, they just feel manly by the way they are, and they don't take that much care, you know, they just look like whatever, and it's like, it's so bad, it's like, oh no. Well, for me,
right, no, that has to be said. For, like, I guess I can imagine there's also women who just like a guy that's not into the extra stuff, and just like super basic, and like whatever. I'm a guy. I got 2 pairs of jeans and 3 white t-shirts and some sweaters, you know. So I guess it does depend. It does depend on. I think the fact that I'm so into it, I think that stems directly from me having spent so much time in gyms. I think it's very hard to really live that whole gym bodybuilding type of lifestyle and not become a little bit vain. I think that's what really did it for me.
And I think you are going to go like this for your whole life.
Yeah.
You are going to be the 40-year-old hot blonde. It's true. You are going to be that man.
I hope
you
so.
know? You are. And when you turn 50, you're going to steal that hot daddy, you know.
Hot daddy. Oh,
you will.
Man.
It's true, because it's just the way that you live, the way you eat, the style of life that you have. So.
And all jokes aside, I think about that a lot. I think a lot about like the next 30, 40 years. And like, I want to look good when I'm older. And
you are going to look good when you're older.
Thank you, baby.
You are going to get
I see. Now you're warming up to me. Now you're getting into a better mood. We're getting somewhere.
My Bitcoin is going up again.
I think so, right? You just got an alert.
It's not true.
But I've had so many conversations with close friends, and when, you know, talking to them about their eating habits, diet, and it never ceases to amaze me how little the majority of guys give a fuck about their health. And just like, and I'm telling them, like, at this rate, you are gonna be an absolute Jabba the Hutt, obese, balding, you know, like terribly unattractive man by the age of 45. Like, you know, your body's not gonna keep forgiving you. And you're just like, whatever, you know, it's crazy. It's, well, you know, to each his own, but I do feel like the younger generations, like the younger men, I think they care more.
I think so too.
When I see the guys that are like 16, 17 now, how they dress, I'm like, what the fuck? How do you look so stylish? When I was 16, I was a mess. Like, you should have seen me. It was a nightmare. And I was convinced that I looked great, but when I see the current 16-year-old guys, like, they actually dress really well.
They do.
They do. It's a real thing. But at the same time, I also think that all this stuff is going in cycles. And I think that the generation that is 16, 17, 18 now, they literally grew up with Instagram, with these things. And I'm pretty sure, I'm convinced that this is going to become uncool again. I think it's going to become more cool again to not care so much about your clothes and your look. And I'm pretty sure that in a good 20 years, there's going to be a whole new generation of women and men that are going to go back to like the super old school way of living and acting. I kind of predict that. I don't predict society's evolution as this ever evolving thing where men and women and whatever is in between continue to grow closer to each other, because that's what we're seeing right now, right? Men are getting more feminine and women are getting more masculine in every type of way. Career, who takes care of the kids, who takes care of the chores at home. Like, we're getting closer to this type of like symbiosis. And I don't think that trend is going to continue forever. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Well, actually, all the data would say that I'm wrong, because it looks like it's only going to go further in that direction where we're not even going to have sexes anymore in 100 years. Like, I've read about that. Like, there's not going to be, because we're already, we're already starting to dabble in that terrain with transsexuals, with people saying, like, how do you call that when you don't have a gender?
Hermaphrodita.
Right, but also, Like I know that there's people right now who don't want to identify as
hermaphrodita is when you have both.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. I think
Asexual?
No, asexual means you just have no sexual desire. I'm talking about the people who are.
No, I think asexual it means that you don't have gender.
Gender neutral. That's what it's called. When you're a hermaphrodite, I think it just means you have both organs.
Yes.
What I mean is people who are like, I don't identify as a male or a female. I identify as a human being. Like they already exist. Like, I mean, there's plenty of them already, people who are going in that direction. And I just wonder, we're going to see some stuff, man. We're going to see some stuff for the next 60, 70 years where it's just going to be like, I think history always repeats itself. In the end, I think it's going to come full circle, and young people are going to go like, you know what? We're going to go back in that direction again. Oh, yeah. Is this the face that means you're done talking? You just can't hear the yell about crypto, and then you wanna run away, right? Maybe we had some more questions for you, though, the audience. Yeah, they want to know what you think of the Belgian food. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking. Nobody asked that question. Oh, well, guys, I think it is time to conclude this podcast, as my Inca princess seems to be getting a little bit fatigued. Let's do another one of these soon. I'm trying to do. I
agree.
Because that's one last thing I want to say is like, as people can see at home right now, I'm doing podcasts with friends, and I'm doing a podcast with quote unquote big names, like important people. And I'm still trying to find that balance between completely being able to be myself with my friends and being natural and extroverted, and between being not too stiff and just an interviewer with the big names.
But this is something that is going to come with experience.
Yeah.
You are going to do it. You're going to get there.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. You just have to keep doing. Then you are already, like, right now you are already far away from where you start.
Yeah.
You have already grown. You are far away in your growth path. You have already passed through a lot of things. So this is just going to come. I have a lot of trust on it.
Me too. And the main thing is, I'm not going to stop. You know me. I'm never going to stop. That's been my biggest strength with everything, with my cancer, with my podcast, with you. No, in a way, because we were in a long distance relationship.
That's true.
And,
now I am here.
Now you're here.
Cold in Belgium.
It's warm inside.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll be back soon. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. Wounded Viking and the beautiful, infamous Inca Queen checking
out.
Yeah, you got it. Good. Do you need help making better decisions in your life? Are you lacking self-confidence and motivation to get things done? Hire me today and get a direct daily line of communication with me through video chat and audio messages. I operate on a week-to-week basis, so no long-term investment is required. 7 straight days of Viking advice will get you right on track. Email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com and change your reality. I'm ready whenever you are. See you soon.